Folks, XDC network is transforming the global trade industry. And what it is doing isn't rocket science, basically, according to Tokenizer. It is basically simple. It is trying to find a simple solution for an industry that has a $25 trillion plus gap, basically. Simply finding an industry issue and addressing it by finding a solution with blockchain. That is it. You see a problem and you provide a simple solution but effective, obviously, having a really profound impact on global trade finance and the larger global finance as a whole. So, look at this. We're watching it play out in real time. Number one, digitalizing trade docs. Number two, closing trade finance gap. Number three, tokenizing trade assets. Number four, reducing trade friction. When it comes to digitalizing trade docs, we're talking about bills of lading, we're talking about invoices. There are so many different documents that require tokenization, that require documentation, and it is doing everything by the law, by the look, MLETR endorsed by the United Nations. And obviously, it is trying to close $1 trillion plus trade finance gap in the process. So this is what we're talking about. It has never been retail focused. The main priority of a chain like XDC is that it wants to focus on enterprises, it wants to focus on change, it wants to focus on businesses and multinational corporations, and more than that, having collaborations with governments, with financial firms, with financial entities to provide those solutions as a whole. So, of course, it is a trend we should look to continue to grow as XDC continues expanding. But no mistake, that's far from the major focus of XDC. Aside from retail, the main focus, like I told you guys, the DLT is built for trade leaders, built by trade leaders. We're talking about ITFA, we're talking about Lloyd's, we're talking about JP Morgan, we're talking about BlackRock, and they are already well associated with Securitize, which is indirectly associated with XDC network. So this isn't just about your random crypto shilling or a random pump and dump that constantly happens. If XDC is to survive, it is going to be disrupting global trade as a whole, folks. Now look at this. These were the four elements, four categories that XDC network is specializing in: reducing global trade friction, from cross-border transfers to slow settlements to lack of trust in counterparties. XDC solves these industry issues by DLT-based trust and scalable DLT throughput. Number two, we're talking about tokenizing real-world assets. The global trade industry is valued at over $25 trillion, and XDC has been a leader in bringing global trade assets on chain via tokenization. And tokenization, folks, it will go more than $25 trillion in the long haul, decades from now. It is a triple digit $1 trillion industry in the making, folks. If you only look at real estate tokenization, you know how much of a big deal that is. We're talking about only one sector, real estate, and it consists of multi-trillion-dollar disruption. Aside from that, if XDC achieves success in different sectors, you can guess how much it is trying to move. Reduce trade finance gap. The trade finance liquidity gap is $2.5 trillion, meaning that there is a $2.5 trillion gap between financing shippers with lending banks. And this is the gap that XDC network aims to solve or lower, basically. And for this, they're trying to forge partnerships. For this, they're trying to provide services and use cases never before seen in the world of finance. Furthermore, it wants to digitalize trade documents. The global trade industry saves $6.5 billion per year by digitalizing bills of ladings alone. Like I told you guys, we're talking about bills of ladings, we're talking about invoices, so much that is happening. And Igio's already begun doing this with Lloyd's and JP Morgan. So these are the industries that are now interested in DLT and blockchain solutions. And XDC network is here and it is here to stay, folks. Look at this. XDC network isn't getting enough attention, and that is why it will explode soon, according to Shelby, the crypto Newton over here. Interesting name, by the way. And folks, this oftentimes has happened. The project that one doesn't give attention to, they tend to do really well in the long run. The reason is because it goes through a long accumulation phase, it goes through a long struggle, and suddenly when it bursts, it is too late. We're talking about fast 2000 plus TPS, low cost, built for real world finance, like I told you, trade finance, tokenizing assets, payments, decentralized applications, ISO 20022 compliant. So this is what we're talking about, and this is why XDC is quietly transforming global trade finance, folks. From tokenizing trade assets to cutting friction, it is tackling a $25 trillion plus market head on, like I told you guys. There is a really interesting video over here by King Solomon, breaking PayPal goes full crypto, PayPal links equals send BTC, Ethereum, PYUSD like a text. So much that he has discussed, but what we're interested in this one, XDC NYSE takeover. The rails are built, the adoption wave is here. Let's check this out. Just a moment. I think it was somewhere here. XDC, hbar. Was it this video or the other one of King Solomon that I wanted to share with you guys? Let me check this one out. XDC, where is it? Algorand, Ripple. Yeah, Ripple again. Yes, let's check this out anyways, what's happening, because all the utility projects, folks, they are connected in one way, shape, or form. Let's check this out.
And veterans thrive. This is from Ripple. So do communities. We're proud to announce a $25 million donation of Ripple USD or RLUSD on XRP Ledger to Axion Opportunity Fund and Hire Heroes USA. The investment highlighting how stablecoins can drive real-world impact by empowering entrepreneurs and veterans with tools and capital that they need to succeed. You can see here Ripple committing $25 million to boost American small businesses and veteran career successes. It is awesome to see initiatives supporting veterans in the United States. And I want to close with this, so kudos to Ripple. Hosted the Hello Future Origins Hackathon closing ceremony today. This is one of 3 chapters of Hedera's $550,000 epic hackathon trilogy. The first was Origins, the second is Ascension, and the third is Apex. So if you guys are interested in hearing innovation across DeFi and tokenization or artificial intelligence and agentic AI or sustainability that's coming out for XRPFI, that will be this Wednesday. So you might want to go and give at Genfinity and IO a follow if you want to catch that interview first. Also doing a really big interview that we should be announcing and doing here very shortly with XDC Network and a really, really, really big guest. We have the Hashgraph Association hackathon interview tomorrow as well. Just lots of content coming out. And anyways, I'll ramp us down here. So let's recap. PayPal is embedding crypto in global payments. Their patents showcase, at the very minimum, research and development work with ecosystems like Hedera and certainly integrations with Bitcoin and Ethereum. XRP is getting its first kind of fully regulated ETF and financial product in the US this week. XDC is taking over Wall Street, and Algorand is scaling humanitarian aid. This is all just not hype. This is mainstream adoption in motion. Last week we talked about all of the amazing stuff going on at the Nasdaq, and man, I mean, last week was pretty crazy to capture, but this week looks like
Folks, the utility arena is stacked. There are so many different projects trying to achieve mass adoption, and XDC network is one of them. Folks, just look at this. XDC just went live on eToro. This is what people were saying. Why is it not listing on different exchanges? So it is happening now. We are seeing the domino effect now. XDC, an enterprise grade EVM compatible chain, basically built to disrupt global trade finance for cross border payments and redefining so many different sectors. Look at this. People oftentimes say that these utility projects, they do not do well when it comes to the price value. It is merely talks, not action. Now look at this. According to Greta, XDC is up 187% plus in the past year and still flying under the radar at just 0.076, almost 8 cents. At $1.35 billion market cap, XDC keeps proving its strength as the chain for global trade and RWA adoption. Folks, in any investment throughout the globe, if you look at it in any way, 187% is a really good number. If you look at 1 year, folks, that's for sure. It is a lot. You can ask stock market investors, you can ask real estate investors, you can ask conventional investors. This is a lot for a realistic profit. It is really good for a decent project, stable return. But the crypto world, folks, we're really used to mind-boggling numbers, insane numbers, and that comes really few times. So that is a gamble. When it comes to real projects, for them, this is a really decent gain. That's for sure. Look at this, and it has the potential to do a lot more as well while we're at it. Some crucial support levels over here. I do not know what the price is at the moment. This is, I think, although this is September 11th, I do not know what the price is at the moment. But this remains true. If the support remains intact, folks, XDC can go on and replicate XRP and basically go above $1 really soon. It can happen anytime, but we should be a bit conservative. We should be a bit realistic. Slowly and gradually, these prices are reached, not months, even years, folks. So we should be realistic. But if XDC network continues on to develop, it has the potential to reach those levels because we're talking about trillions. Look at this, $20 trillion trade finance, not memes. These are trillion-dollar markets, folks. So this is what XDC is doing. It is building the future of trade. It is a blockchain with purpose. It is trusted by institutions, and it is ever growing. It is growing slowly, gradually into a really good ecosystem, folks. And really decent projects are being built on top of it. Look at this. Law blocks is an area that wants to disrupt law, basically store your signed agreements on IPFS and the XDC blockchain, secure and easy. Awesome. The 2026 global financial reset won't be driven by Bitcoin, but by utility giants like XRP, XDC, XLM, and hbar. Look at this. XDC, global trade finance backbone. Interesting, folks. This is awesome. Redefining the trade finance industry. Look at this. Trade finance, real world asset, tokenizing receivables, private credit, EBLs, electronic bills of ladings, by the way, anchored in trade tech, TFDI, MDA, trade trust, utility accrues quietly in global trade corridors, and all this happening with a compliance first model and a steady enterprise lane which wants to basically focus and target the financial organizations. Check this out. This is Dr. Charlie Ward. The QFS is live. A great wealth transfer has begun. Have you switched from the outdated SWIFT system to the new QFS yet? The key to what is coming. Redemption awaits at the center. And look at this. These three names, the X Factor, XRP, XLM, XDC, are leading the charge, according to Dr. Charlie. Let's check this out. Interesting one. XDC is relevant over here as well. So let's check this one out.
People say, I won't believe it until I see it on the television.
So, folks, what do you guys think about XDC network? Do you think it has the potential to disrupt and transform the global trade finance industry? I would really like your opinions. Do hit the comment box below and let the community know. Anyways, guys, this was it for the video. If you liked it, make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification icon if you're interested in utility coins and potential gems. And you can also support the channel by checking out Patreon by following the link in the description box below. Until next time, stay blessed and stay tuned. Thank you very much, everyone.